Now through the end of the month, save $300 on the whole ball of wax at L'EntrepreneursAcademy.com. The whole ball of wax includes just about everything at the site, and when you use the code SPRINGRUSH at checkout, we will instantly drop $300 off the already amazing low price. Details are in the show notes.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, here's what I want to talk about on today's podcast episode is talking about best etiquette or techniques that you guys can use to conversate back and forth via email and just in conversation in general with people that you are trying to work with as you guys grow your lawn and landscaping business. I know that this podcast topic might not be the most sexy or exciting or, like talking about new equipment or new mowers or self-development or working on, ourselves or whatnot. But at the end of the day, it is an incredibly important skill set and topic. And not only that, but it, just helps you become a more well-received professional person out there in the marketplace. Business aside, just answering emails correctly and the way you approach and talk with people correctly has a huge impact on how people perceive you, how you're able to drum up work, how people perceive your professionalism and so much more. Anyway, a lot of words just to say, I got two articles that I want to kind of run through here. One is from themuse.com and one's from entrepreneur.com. Fantastic. God bless them. I just want to cite those articles. But one was 11 ways to make yourself more likable. And the other ones are the do's and don'ts of email. And the reason I wanted to cover these topics is because I feel like so many people are getting in business for themselves. I feel like so many people are growing their lawn and landscaping company, which is great, which in turn relates to, reaching out to more clients, both residential and commercial. And then specifically, I'm getting a ton of people that are, bidding commercial work. They're trying to get new customers. We're in the exact same process, by the way. We have 6 or 7 commercial bids already out. We haven't even had the phone really start to ring or pick up. So out of the 10 or 12 inquiries that we've got with our website, we're starting to be able to quote these commercial bids and drum up and earn new business. We did not get 1 or 2 sites that I bid, which is, part of the process, which is just fine. We're still hoping to secure a few more. And of course, we always have a little bit of bandwidth that we can take on new clients. So we're working through this as well. And so as we're going through this whole growth process, I'm thinking to myself, hey, what's there a topic that you guys could benefit from? What's a topic that we could talk about that we're doing too? And, sometimes it's about buying trailers or buying mowers or self-development, like I said earlier. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, what have I been doing a lot the last couple of weeks? Shooting emails and shooting tons and tons and tons and tons of emails. And so I thought it went kind of hand in hand, talking about emails versus also you are presenting yourself, right? Here's the connection. And how to get people to like you, fall in love with you. We always say people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Well, what the hell does that mean? Okay, I like that guy. Well, what is likability, right? So I wanted to quantify a couple things here. This episode, it could be awesome. It could be a train wreck, but it is what it is. We're making an effort to help you guys grow. And maybe if you pick up one nuance, then that's worth it for a 25, 30-minute show. Before we jump down the rabbit hole, quick little plug and sponsor promo, if you will, I want to say a big thank you to you guys that have been using the Brian's 10 code. I see that all over the board. I get reports and updates. So you guys are buying Cujo yardware shoes, Equipment Defender, Ballard products like crazy. Thank you guys so much for using our code to save 10% when you guys check out. You guys always win. You guys always save more than we make on that kickback. I've always had a clean conscience with anything that we promote because it's always about you guys first. And same thing with the savings discount. You guys always make more than we save than we make, quote unquote, on every transaction. So just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys. Cujo appreciates the business. Equipment Defender appreciates the business. Everybody does, of course. But thank you guys so much for using the codes. Number 2, I got to say a big shout out and thank you to you guys for not using the code, but I'm trying to pull it up really quick here. The Amazon book, 0 to 100K. That's our new lawn care book, How to Start a Successful Lawn Care Business. You guys are crushing it, making it an Amazon #1 bestseller. And last I saw, we had like a couple hundred copies sold which is absolutely ridiculous. We're finally in the black on the book, so I'm really excited about that. Like, we're quote unquote making money after putting a couple $1,000 into this thing with time, energy, production, promotion, proofreading, typography, artwork, and all this other mess. Any which way, just want to say a big thank you to you guys that have been picking up the book. I can't thank you enough. The book title is 0 to 100K. It's all about helping you guys, lay the framework and the foundation to a successful lawn care landscaping business. So if you guys haven't picked it up on Amazon just yet, I would highly encourage you guys to. It's like $19.95. It's $20, and it's not that big of a deal. All things being said. All right, really quick, how many titles have we sold so far? I'm trying to figure that out. 363 books. So thank you guys for picking up the book. And if you want, you can get it on Amazon. It's there in like 2 days. And then also, 2 other quick things. One, the Spanish version is live, so you guys can get 0 to 100K. Okay, that's my Spanish version right there. Obviously, I did not translate the book or do the audiobook, which will come out here in about 3 or 4 weeks. We're finishing up that. But if you guys have some Spanish, Hispanic, I should say, friends that speak Spanish or whatnot, the book will be not only translated in the paperback, hardback, and Kindles available now, but also the audiobook will be available here within about 3 or 4 weeks. And then similarly, the English audiobook read by yours truly is finally done, and we are putting literally the final buttons and bows on that thing to wrap it up, and that should be available here in the next several weeks. And we'll make a huge announcement and hoopla about it, because I think, just talking practically, I would imagine probably 80% of our future purchases or whatever are going to be from downloads from Audible. And so we'll leave a link in the description once that's available, and you guys can check all that out. And check out my book, Paul's books, other people's great books, and, start binge listening to more self-development topics while you guys are out there on the lawnmowers and, laying bricks and doing landscaping 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and help you guys become more successful. All right. That being said, talking about success today, talking about becoming better professionals, we're going to talk about likability and also some email etiquette. Maybe you learned this stuff before. Maybe you haven't. Maybe it's been, 10, 15 years since you've been in grade school, high school, college. So let's do a little refresher course on all these kind of topics, if you guys don't mind. That being said, I'm going to kick it over to Marty, Mr. Producer, down in the ATL, and we will come right on back.
When it comes to running a lawn and landscape business, there's always something to worry about. Are my drivers and crews doing their job? Are my clients happy? Are my trucks and machines safe? How can I make more money? Where can I save some money? With GPS Track It, you don't have to worry about it, because our software gives you a level of clarity and control over your business that you've never had. From real-time vehicle and asset tracking and optimized routing to efficiency reports and more, reach your fullest business potential. Call 866-845-1410 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to get started. That phone number and special link are in the show description. GPS Track It.
All right, guys, let's go down the rabbit hole talking about 11 things that we can do to be more likable, and then we're going to finish it up with some email etiquette and topics, including, by the time we're done, handling 1 or 2 of my biggest pet peeves that I can't stand what people do on email. And there's a lot of sins out there via email. And by the way, you guys all listening in, we can all get better with, of course, likability and some of these first topics, the first half, but also email. And I see a lot of people texting, a lot of people email, and I'm like, why would you say that? And by the way, myself included, right? Like, we've all been there. We've all said dumb stuff or too much or too little, or try to present a thought and it's like not well received. So some of these tips along the way, they might be able to help you guys out with writing better emails and having better conversations with commercial accounts. And the reason I say some of this is, look, when you've been self-employed for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you sometimes forget there's a whole nother world out there called corporate America. And the commercial accounts that you're trying to snag up and nab, they are decided upon and decided on by obviously folks in corporate America. We are not in corporate America. Most of us have ran for the hills from corporate America. If you have a stint in corporate America, it's, something that you can take away. Like, people go to school for 4 years for their degree and then they start their own business and they're like, my degree was worthless. I'm like, well, there's probably a couple things you can take away from your college degree to help you in your business. Same thing if you're in corporate America and now you're self-employed, running a lawn care landscaping business or anything else, some other side hustle. That's awesome. But, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, So you can still take some practical things you learned from corporate America and, of course, apply them into your business. And a lot of that would be email and proper phone etiquette. All right. So number one, let's I hope this podcast is well received. I'm just trying to throw you guys a bone out there. I'm learning all this stuff every single day, just like you guys are. And this is the stuff that Liz and I talk about to become better people. I mean, like practically speaking, we're always trying to learn. And is it a sexy topic, exciting topic? No, but this is how you get better, building business and building relationships. And a friend of mine, he's in the real estate business. He's like, he goes, I'm not in the real estate business. I'm in the people business. I just happen to sell real estate. And I'm like, that's a good one. And I've said that before in the podcast. Hey, you're not in the lawn care business. You're in the people business, and your product is lawn care and landscaping, right? And patios and pools and mowing grass, making tall grass short. Okay. All right. Number one, if you want to be more likable, this will be good. You guys will love this one. Number one, actively listen. Be a good listener. Caleb Allman has got a great line that he got from Dale Carnegie, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that is, don't be interesting, be interested. There's a lot of stories, and the best story that I can give you out of the How to Win Friends and Influence People book is they were at some party sitting next to some dude, and some dude talked the guy's ear off for 8 minutes to Andrew Carnegie, and all he did was nod and listen and smile and say, wow, interesting, tell me more. And at the end of 8 minutes, the guy goes, all right, well, I got to get going. I'll catch up with you. By the way, this has been the most fantastic conversation I've ever had. Thank you so much for the conversation. And Dale Carnegie, has this whole story saying, I literally didn't say one line. The guy talked at me for 8 minutes. Sound familiar? And so that was the best conversation I've ever had. Okay, so people are like, well, I got to add value, or I got to talk, or I got to share my 2 cents, or relate, or stack on there, or build, or be like, oh yeah, dude, yeah, me too. Or if you're ever in a conversation with somebody, just shut up and listen. And I'm talking to myself because we always have a relatable story. And I heard somebody say, when you're talking to somebody, listen. And don't listen with the intention of replying, just listen. Because all too often as we're listening, sometimes we're already manifesting a return or response, a rebuttal or whatever. And we're trying to not lose the idea that we have in our head to add something back to that person to impress them, help them solve their problems, right? Sometimes just shut up and listen. And I'm trying to get better with that every single day, especially when it comes to wifey for life and spouse, right? All right. So this article said, I'm not going to read all they said. If you want to read it, go to themuse.com. Number 2, ask questions. Well, that kind of relates to number 1. If you want to be a good listener, if you want to be more likable, it's people that show interest in you. What's everybody's favorite topic? Themselves. So if you want to be more likable out there in the marketplace, ask more questions. It's one of those things where don't ask questions just to ask questions. I said, on a recent podcast, don't just be an asshole. Ask. But ask to understand, ask to empathize, ask so you have understanding, right? Like if somebody says, man, I just can't stand this, and this, and you go, man, that, why are you having a bad day? And they're complaining, and you go, man, I was just exercising people skills. I don't really care. Well, then don't ask the first question. But if you're going to empathize and relate and try to listen and try to understand, that would be an appropriate way to ask questions. Also, if you guys want a quick marriage life tip, I got this one from Ben Shapiro. Is when your wife is complaining, or if your wife is having a rough day, or they're just word vomiting on you. That's what Liz calls it, word vomit. Sometimes it's are you talking to me and asking or sharing this because you want to vent, or is it because you want solutions? Now, I'm going to tell you guys really quick. Pro marriage tip. This is not a Marriage Monday episode like the Growing Green podcast. I'll give you a quick marriage tip though. 95% of your conversations with your spouse more than likely are going to be them just talking at you, and they don't want you to solve their problems. They just want you to listen. It's like the 6th love language. Just listen. There's the 5 love languages. Well, there's actually 6 or 7, but that's a whole nother podcast that we can't really do at this time because we got to keep it Disney. There's 6 and 7, and they're good for both sides. But really, you want to be a good listener. Okay, so that being said, is this a problem you want me to solve? Is this a problem you just want me to listen to? Most of the time, it's just being a good listening ear. All right, let's keep it going. Number 3 is smile and nodding. RBF. If you guys need to Google it. But when it comes to smiling, there's a lot of people out there that have RBF, resting, beautiful faces. And if you've ever watched yourself on a screen at a conference when it pans the audience, or if you've ever done a YouTube video, that's when I realized, dude, I do not smile enough. That's something that I've been working on. I've actively learned and actively tried for real to smile more often and to default my face to a frown smile. because I'm just like a pout pout fish. You know, like this book that we got, it's one of our daughter's favorite books is Pout Pout Fish. Some of you know, if you know, you know. Don't walk around in life being a pout pout fish, okay? Walk around in life with a straight face and or a +1 if you can switch your facial muscles to a smile. There's some stat and joke out there. It takes 43 muscles to frown and only 14 to smile. And everybody's like, you're already overworking yourself. It's easier to be positive than it is to be negative, right? That's what we always say. So smile as you guys are out in the marketplace. Here's a quick tip. You want to nerd out with me and be a wacko and be a weirdo? Go to the mall, go around town, run your next errands, and just smile, like the biggest smile, the biggest grin, put out the best vibe, the best happiness, the best energy you can, and see how different the day goes. Dude, it's weird, but I'm just telling you, just go for it. And when somebody says, hey man, how's your day going? And you go, yeah, it's super fantastic, but it's okay. It'll get better. And they're like, what? Like, what a weirdo. But if somebody said that to you, right? Imagine if somebody said that to you, would you be like, dude, I like that guy. I wonder what he knows that I don't know. Like, well, why is his life so good and mine's kind of rotten? I want to get around that guy. Well, good for him. If he's having a great day, then good for him. Like, and then you go, hey man, how's your day going? What? They're not going to say, oh, things suck. They're going to go, hey, things are pretty good. I woke up today. I'm 6 feet up instead of 6 feet under. And you just like start the whole conversation on a different mood. Okay. Number 4, maintaining eye contact. I can't tell you how many people I talk to that just cannot look you in the eye. And frankly, it's alarming that it's usually the 20 to 30 plus crowd, because the 12 to 18 year olds, they look you in the eye. Like they've got confidence. It's all the people that have been clipped, from 18 to 30 that cannot look you straight in the face and look you in the eye. It's absolutely alarming. Maintain eye contact. Don't be a weirdo, like staring them down, like blink. It's okay. You don't need to be like Blinky, from The Simpsons, like just staring them down. Like it's kind of weird. Don't like look through people. You know what I mean? I always joke with my boy Kelfus. I'm like, Kelfus, when I talk to you, bro, it's like you're looking through me. And that's because he probably is. Like he's like discerning my soul. Like he's got this like sixth sense thing going on. You know what I'm saying? That's a joke, by the way. But like Kelfus is my man. But like at the same point, dude, don't look through people. Like look at their eyes and like blink. But just maintain eye contact. What do they say? The eyes are the windows to the soul. So if somebody's like skittish or like they're not making eye contact, like probably not a lot of trust factor there. Okay, so maybe you're talking to somebody in person and they can't keep eye contact with you when you're walking around doing a bid on their landscaping with them or talking about a patio. Potential red flag. Now, they might just be a low self-image person. That's fine. They might just be an engineer where they just don't like people. That's fine, right? But usually in a relationship, you're going to find one or the other spouse, and one's going to be the eye contact person. If the eye contact person is the wife, dude, keep eye contact with them. Don't look down. Don't look away. Don't look down left, right? Like all those different trust factors that you can scan into a person. Like if they're an eye contact person and they're successful and, they're looking at a $40,000 patio, like this couple is successful, like they are going to put a value on eye contact. Excuse me. And if you're a contractor walking around outside of not having confidence, but outside of not having eye contact, they will not feel confident in your ability to perform. I don't care how nice your truck is, how nice your design is, anything like that. Like be comfortable in your own skin and look people in the eye. Okay. All right. Hopefully this is helping you guys out. Let's keep it going. Utilize names. There's nothing more important or sexy or better sounding in the English language than hearing somebody's name out loud. Okay, so when you meet somebody, impression, repetition, and association. Impress upon that name of somebody that you meet, Tom, repetition, Tom, and then you can put association with Tom at the boatyard. So boatyard Tom, BT, TB, like make something up, make these little micro brain grooves. When you have a boat that connects to the dock, it's the heaving line. And from the heaving line, they put it around the loop and then they pull the main line, okay? Your brain needs those little micro reinforcements first, and you'd be surprised how little it takes for your brain to remember a name, but you have to give it the benefit of a doubt. You have to give it a chance to actually remember. We have trillion thoughts going through our brain a second and a day, and you're like, hey, I meet John, at the trade show, and then 10 seconds later you meet another guy who's like the other guy, and you go, damn, what was the first guy's name? Like you can say Tom with X mark. Nice to meet you. TE. Tom with X mark. Like put some impression to it, write it on an imaginary chalkboard in your brain, etch it with your finger, in the sky, repetition it with something like Rod is the guy's name you meet, and he had a red coat, red coat Rod. And then when you call that guy up or talk to him or see him again, you go, dude, last time I talked to this guy, like, what's his name again? Oh yeah, Todd with the red coat, or Rod with the red coat Rod, right? Like, you think it's dorky, you think it's weird, you think it's dumb, but, and I'm not the guru here, but go to Quip Expo and I'll remember 85, 90% of your guys' names, and I haven't seen you in a year, and I only met you one time 4 years ago. Like, I super value people, and if you value people, you will remember their name. If you don't value humans and you don't value other people, you will not value people's names. It's not a mean thing or a put down or hey, you're a jerk. I'm just telling you, if you're not remembering people's names, it's because you don't care enough to remember that person because you don't value them enough as a human being. You looked at them as a casual acquaintance instead of an ally or an asset that could help you have a better life, and you could help them have a better life. So value people everywhere you go. Remember the names. There's a lot of lessons out there, man. Learn the names of the bus drivers. Learn the name of the janitors. Learn the name of your apartment, manager. Learn your UPS guy, your FedEx guy's name. Like, these are important people around you, and you have to, I would suggest, get better at utilizing and remembering their names. Let's keep it going. Number 6, remember body language. Body language is, you could do a whole podcast, and we always want to, about body language, but it is an important thing. I don't want to go down a whole rabbit hole right now. There's probably some great YouTube videos on it from like Tony Robbins type people. Body language is feeling comfortable in your own skin and making other people comfortable in their own skin. And yes, you can, if they cross their arms, you cross your arms. If they cross their legs, you cross their legs. If they stand up, you stand up. If they smack their hand on the table, you smack. If they start swearing frickety frack, you start, dropping. Maybe you're not a swearing person, that's fine. But if they say blah, 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 10 different, frackety fracks, and you drop one in there, like, it's fine. That guy relates, and he's like, this guy's real, he's authentic. And you don't have to like break character or, whatever, but there's a level of relatability there. Body language, if they lean forward, you lean forward. They called it mirroring in the 80s and the 90s. There's a counter argument too. People say that mirroring and body language mirroring is dumb. That's fine too. I've just kind of found like, I mirror people pretty typically. If they lean back, I lean back. But I also control the conversation too, the best that I can, because I'm a control freak, probably like a lot of you guys. And so if they lean back, I'll lean in and make that other guy lean in, because if I value what I have to say, I want him to value what I have to say. So I'm not going to take a follower position. I'm going to take a leader position and exert proper body language, not be reactive to it. Okay. Number 7. Be genuine. I think being genuine is just where a lot of people miss the boat. It's okay to be quirky or funny and just be authentic and be you. I know it sounds weird to say, but so many salespeople and sales books will tell you to not be you. I think that's horrible advice. I think that's a lot of nonsense from the 80s and 70s and 90s and hard selling and kind of like use our car dealer type stuff. I don't think you need to be anything that you're not. Okay. I think you need to be authentic and just be your best self. If you're quirky, if you're weird, if you're funny, if you're a detail person, that's fine. Just be you. Okay. Now, being you is fine, but if you're a weird person, minimize the weirdness. If you're an over detail-itis person, minimize the detail. If you're so sanguine and somebody's like, hey, how much is this job? And you go, I don't know, it's between 20 and 80,000. That's not bad. But they might be looking for a little bit more concrete to that number. Especially if they're a detail person and you're a sanguine person. Read the Personality Plus books, the Wired That Way books, Florence Littauer, and all those different types of personality. The DISC method, how to get along with difficult people. All those kind of books talk to you about how to work with people better. Okay, no matter what, just be genuine. Okay, just be genuine, and you can say, "Hey, look, can I just be honest with you, man?" Or, "Hey, look, one thing about me is XYZ," or, "Hey, can I just be real with you? Like, I don't like this. I don't like whatever." Or, "Hey, if I can just be real with you, hey, we're hungry for the work. We're looking to grow, and I know you guys want to get this problem solved, and have this the outdoor lawn and landscaping problems like be a thing of the past. If I can just be real with you, man, hey, we're hungry for it." Like, and you go from this like professional tie wearing necktie person to just a real authentic voice saying, "Hey, dude, like, no big deal. We'll take care of it. We got you. Like, I got you, bro." All right. Number 8. stay positive. And by the way, people appreciate that realness because everybody around the world right now is just fake as hell. Number 8, stay positive. Again, positive attracts and negative repels. A PMA, positive mental attitude. Okay. The more positive you can be out there in the marketplace, the better people will receive you and perceive you. I'm just telling you, like, be somebody that people want to be around. There's a lot of weightiness to that sentence. Like, people want to hang around people that they enjoy hanging around. And what does that mean? Quantify that. Like, people enjoy people that make them feel better when you're hanging around with them. Right? All right, number 9, be open-minded. Don't snap to judgments is what it says here. Yeah, be open-minded. Don't be so guarded in your beliefs or your opinions that you can't make somebody else feel comfortable and relatable, even if you might disagree with them. I told Liz and I have conversations all the time about politics. It's just ridiculous. It's insane what's going on in the world today. Insane. I mean, like, insane. From, dude, so many topics that, like, my show is not about, and there's other great shows that are about this stuff. At the end of the day, like, Liz and I keep saying, she's like, well, that's because people won't do this or people won't do that. And I'm like, really? It comes down to people won't create consensus. There's people that I'd love to vote for, but they're just retarded and they cannot create consensus with people, political aisles, or bipartisan, coalitions or working together. Hate it or love it, people are going to have differences of opinions. It doesn't mean you give up any ground, if you will, on your beliefs or your standards or your whatevers, or, you know what I mean? Like, it just means, dude, we both have a mutual goal. We both differ on how we want to get there. Zero-sum games don't help anybody, okay? Which, I get +1, you get -1. I get -1, you get +1. Hey, if we can both get a plus 0.5, we both win, okay? And it's not compromise, although it is to an element, there's some compromise, but it's called working together. And the problem is that there's a lot of people out there that want to run for office, potentially even on both sides. There's a lot of people on quote unquote my team that I like, and they're horrible consensus makers. They're horrible team builders. They're horrible at unity and bringing people together. And I said, for that reason, they're already going to not make it, not even past the first round. You know, they're not even going to be making it in the primary. You think they're going to make it in the general? There's politics, for example, but same thing. Like, when you have people on your crew that think different, that believe different, or have a different approach, don't just squelch it. Don't just, dismiss it. Listen to people. Goes back to some of the first ones we talked about. All right, let's keep it going. Number 10, offer help. John Maxwell said, he goes, everybody says offer help. The best thing you can do when relating to offering help is to be the first person that offers help. Okay. If somebody has a baby, and there's 20 people in the town, or the community, friends, family, relatives, and all that mess that are going to offer help, that's fun. That's awesome. But be the first person that offers help. Be the first person to bring a meal. Be the first person to pull somebody out of a ditch. Be the first person that helps somebody when they're broke down. Be the first person to loan somebody something. Be the first person. Okay, you can be second, third, fourth, and fifth. That's fine too. It doesn't mean anything like you're trying to get out of it by being the first person. But it means if you're going to help somebody, be the first person to help them. Okay. Number 11, poke fun. I think those are the last ones. Number 11, poke fun, self-deprecate. Like, laugh at yourself, poke at yourself. I'm shocked at how many people treat themselves so serious and they can't laugh or crack a smile or be comfortable in their own skin to throw themselves under the bus a little bit. Liz and I do it all the time. Ask yourself, do you guys like listening to Liz and I because of all the incredible truth bombs and knowledge that we drop on you guys on the regular? Or is it because we're like, I would imagine, this is what I relate to with other people on podcasts, they're normal, they're relatable, they're funny. They're real, they're authentic. They say stupid stuff that, like, would quote unquote get people canceled these days. But you're like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, when somebody's like, hey man, what do you do when you're trying to collect money from somebody and like they won't pay? I go, burn their house down. And they go, dude, that's actually my first thought too. I was going to kill these people. You're like, yeah. Now, of course, that's not the route. There's a system to approach that. But when I say that, you guys go, yeah, that's kind of how I think too. When somebody owes you $2,000 or $9,000 or $19,000 or $90,000, yes, it's a total normal human response to go, I'm going to kill that guy. I'm going to go find him. Okay. Poke fun at things, laugh. It's okay. Like, say stuff that you're not allowed to say these days. Okay. Like, it's ridiculous that people are so hypersensitive. They get so butthurt. Dude, stop with all that. Stop being soft. Like, just say what you want. Stop the political. If you poke fun / stop being politically correct is what I'm going to wrap up number 11 with. All right. Let's do this really quick. I've got another email here, like do's and don'ts of email. Let me just give you a quick rundown here. I'm going to go through this and then we're going to button this up in a quick, timely fashion. If this is helping you guys out, dude, by the way, leave us a 5-star rating and review on the show. Like, can you guys show some love by the end of the show? Appreciate that. That's it. All right. How about I not do a lengthy rant about ratings and reviews and how stupidly important they are? If I just stop promoting it, or just at least I mention it and just to remind you. But if I stop promoting it, will you guys just go do it? Like, you want to compromise there? I'll not spend 2 minutes on it, so I don't berate your ears about how important ratings and reviews are to people who like don't even like. You guys couldn't care less. You just want to hear the content, myself included, just like ads. Okay. That being said, though, if you just go hit 5-star, then I'll bring it up. If the ratings keep coming in, I'll stop bugging you. It's just like tithing at a church. The only reason your church talks about it is because people aren't giving. Okay, when the pastor's talking about it, it's because you're not doing it. If you are doing it, he doesn't bring it up. You get what I'm saying there? Anyway, you guys have been great. I think 1,000+ ratings, a couple hundred reviews. Seriously, appreciate you guys. All right, really quick, let's talk about email. This is where I see a lot of people blowing it, man. Number one, let's go through what it says here. Do have a clear subject line. Don't forget your signature. Do use professional salutation. Don't use humor. Do proofread your message. Don't assume the recipient knows what you're talking about. Do reply to all emails. Don't shoot from the hip. Do keep private material confidential. And don't overuse exclamation point. They're being funny. They actually put don't in like the last one. Don't use over exclamation points. Let's go through this really quick and I'll give you like my, the first one. I just want to talk about this real quick. The salutation. Stop. If I can give you guys a quick tip. Don't say, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, brother. Hey, so-and-so. Hey, what's going on? It's hi, Kathy. Hi, Karen. Hi, Tim. Hi, David. That's it. There's or it's just Karen, comma, Karen, David, Michael, person's first name. If you guys want to learn how to write emails, I'm telling you, go watch some YouTube videos on how to write emails. You're like, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. And then other people are like, hey, how come is that guy worth millions and that guy's worth hundreds of millions and that guy's worth billions? Okay, it's not because they write good emails, but I'm telling you, it's like they've studied every single thing. They really have. I'm telling you, number one thing that people underestimate is critical thinking. Number two is the skill of deconstruction. Period, case closed. Listen to what I just said. Number one thing is that people cannot critically think, aka prioritize, but really critically think. And number two, I just lost it. Literally, I just lost it. Number one, they can't critically think. And number two, what did I just say? Well, that's how the show's going today. They can't critically think. And then number two, wow, that's like alarmingly bad. There goes my brain. All right. Number two, they don't critically think. Oh, deconstruct. They don't. Thank you. I heard somebody say deconstruct. You're like yelling at your dash. They don't deconstruct skill sets. So like when you're throwing a baseball, there's like 8 micro muscle movements. But when you throw a ball and it goes bad, you go, I'm a bad baseball thrower. No, you just didn't do one of the 8. Let's say if there's 8 different skill sets there to throw a ball correctly, you sucked at your release. You released a micro quarter second too late or too early, right? Everything else, the fundamentals, you're doing great. Okay, so critically think and then deconstruct. If you're having a problem with things in life, deconstruct what the problem is. When you get in a fight with your wife, there's 5 different layers to an argument. It's not just you're just fighting the fight. It's you interrupted, you didn't listen, right? There's like a micro thing in there that you got to break down and go, whoa, dude, good, suck, good. So the suck thing is really what the fight then becomes about, not even the real issue, right? So it's called deconstruction. When you look at emails, deconstruct your emails. Am I writing good emails or am I writing bad emails? And people go, well, I don't think that's a big thing in life. I don't think copy or email, right, is important. Let me give you a quick tip. Humanity comes down to communication. Every single thing we're all doing. You listen to podcasts at length, ad nauseum, every single day. And what is it all? Communication. It's exchanging ideas. It's exchanging thoughts. You're trying to persuade. You're trying to get a desired outcome. And then people are going to tell me, I don't listen to podcasts titled How to Get Better at Emails because I want to learn about shiny mowers. I'm literally giving you the most important stuff on planet Earth. And then people are going to go, dude, I'd rather talk about mowing tall grass. And I'm like, dude, and then people wonder why they're broke. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it's about copy. It's about communication. It's about emailing. It's about talking to people. It's literally one of the most important skill sets. If I was going to tell my daughter, hey, what's an important skill set? What should I go to school for? Oration, communication, persuasion. like sales. Those are the number one things that are met. Besides that, then it's in written format. It's called copy. It's called copywriting. And that's where all these gurus are like, oh, we'll do all your copy. Like, that is a very important thing. You're communicating, you're selling, you're exchanging an idea. Okay. All right. I'm going to button up this thought here. Don't you overuse exclamation. That's true. Like in an email, dude, imagine like when you model, not that any of us model, but if you're Paul Jameson and you're modeling, fashion, whatever, dude. If you're modeling and you're at Kohl's, in the photos, people aren't smiling. They give their model face. It's like a I'll kill you. I'm kind of like looking at you. You're not important to me. You're stoic. It's just like a mute face, right? Like you if you're ever taking family photos, they'll say, all right, everybody smile, everybody not smile. And usually you end up using the ones where people are not smiling. Believe it or not. It's usually the ones where you're just mute. So when you write an email, I want you to think like, okay, I can be smiling, but in an email, you need to be mute. Email is just information pass. It's just get to the details, put together a clear, concise thought, and just keep it mute. So when you're adding punctuation or sarcasm or jokes or ha-ha or laugh or smiley faces, those are all 100% things you don't need to be putting in an email. Keep it mute. Karen, here's the proposal. Please note that to secure a spot on the route, we would need a signed copy of page 2 to execute the contract. Looking forward to earning your business. All the best, Brian. That's it. It's not, hi, Karen, or hey, Karen. Hey, what's up, Karen? It's Brian. Hope you have a great weekend. By the way, the weather's absolutely ridiculous. We got 12 inches of snow. Boy, that was wild. That was a doozy. By the way, super appreciate everything you guys are doing. Love everything that NTSB Corporation is doing. Whatever. By the way, here's the attached proposal. We'd be more than happy to talk more about details if you want to. Talk about this contract. By the way, like we're willing to, meet you halfway and compromise. If you want to redline anything, that's fine. And by the way, I saw that your kid plays soccer. My kid plays soccer. That's awesome. By the way, here I'll attach not only the contract but a photo of number 17 on the course, shooting his last goal. Hope to see you out there at Kenton Cup, dude. No, and I'm not saying like to be mean. I'm just telling you, like, Karen, please see attached proposal. If you have any questions, please let me know. Best, Brian. And you can humanize it. You can put a little emotion in it for the crying out loud. But I'm just telling you, like, that's all information. That's all email is. It's super simple. 3 sentences, maybe 1 paragraph, maybe a paragraph. If it's more than a paragraph, get on the phone. But I'm explaining this to you guys. Maybe you've never done this before. Maybe you're like, man, nobody responds back to my emails or treats me serious, or I can't get communication back. If you're trying to collect money, Tom, I'm looking to follow up on remittance of payment for invoice 4512 for $1,200. It has been 3 weeks without payment and you are past due. Payment was due on March 1st, 2023. Please note, if final payment is not received by 3/7/2023, then I will have to escalate things further in a legal fashion. Please notify me when I can expect to receive payment. Best, Brian Fullerton. That's it. It's not, hey, dude, you pissed me off. Hey, dude, where's my money? Hey, I've called 5 times. Like, no, dude, just keep it simple. Keep it simple, okay? And I really hope this is helping you guys out. I know this sounds like silly and whatnot, but dude, there's a lot of solid tips. Like these are helpful tips. Exclamation points. Don't use exclamation points in your email other than like, great news. Like, hey, like here's the contract. Even when somebody like returns a contract back, you're like, oh my God, we're so excited. We're going to make all your problems go away. I say, great. Thank you. Our crews will see you within the first week of April. Best, Brian. You don't even need to like sound excited because you don't want to. It's like you sound needy. You sound desperate via email. And I'm giving you tips how to not look desperate or needy via email. I think that's all I really got. The salutation is hi, Karen, or just Karen. The end, your sign off is best, all the best, thanks, talk soon. Not even have a good day. You don't need to be like, have a good day. It's not, I don't care if they have a good day or not. In corporate America, nobody has good days. It's just, all it is hot potato and just passing the buck, right? Like real corporate America, none of these people care. None of them want to be doing what they're doing, literally. Like 1% of, like if you actually do real like corporate stats, like 12% of people want to be there. 70% hate their job. 50% of these people want to like attack their boss. 20% of people would smoke them in a cage match if they had the opportunity. Like you ever see like the boss get dunked in the dunking tanks, like at the corporate party? That line's 35 people deep all the time because they just want to dunk their VP or their direct report, or their vice president, or the department head. Okay, like it's not a fun environment. So it's like a vicious environment. It doesn't mean you have to be vicious. It's just you have to understand how the game is played, if that makes sense. Okay, that's what I got for you guys on today's show. Hope you guys appreciate that. We could talk about emails forever. I think if you get the first part, the last part, you keep it mute, like the Cole's photo. Don't get overly excited. Don't get overly overwhelmed or a lot of emotion in or up or down, left or right. Just keep it mute. Keep it straightforward. Hey, excited about catching up with you. Please call me when available. Right? Like it's your flat face, model face. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I try to make these analogies so they stick: impression, repetition, and association. You guys will not remember, to keep an email mute. But if I tell you next time you go to Kohl's and you see people not smiling and that's the photo that they use, and you go, shit, Fullerton told me to make a mute email, not highs and lows. Oh, I can remember that. Right? So I'm trying to teach you guys and show you guys and try to help you guys best I can. That's what I got for today's show. All right, we'll be back here on Friday. Appreciate you guys listening in. Don't forget to leave that 5-star rating and review. I won't bug you again, okay? Just like your tithe, just like your pastor. But if you guys want to support a book, though, that's the best way you can probably tithe and so show love for the podcast and everything that's Brian's All Maintenance, fully unfiltered, and everything we got going on. All right, over now, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep up with everything that we got going on. Hit the plus button in the top right corner. Don't forget to check YouTube. We got a couple videos dropping every week, as usual, at the Brian's All Maintenance YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We'll be back here on the next one.
When it comes to running a lawn and landscape business, there's always something to worry about. Are my drivers and crews doing their job? Are my clients happy? Are my trucks and machines safe? How can I make more money? Where can I save some money? With GPS Track It, you don't have to worry about it, because our software gives you a level of clarity and control over your business that you've never had. From real-time vehicle and asset tracking and optimized routing to efficiency reports and more, reach your fullest business potential. Call 866-845-1410 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to get started. That phone number and special link are in the show description. GPS Track It. Hi, I'm Mr. Producer, and one more thing. If you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you need our free email newsletter. It's delivered 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. Join our mailing list to stay connected to the world of lawn care and get exclusive access to the latest and greatest from Fullerton Unfiltered and Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Don't miss out on this opportunity to stay ahead of the curve and elevate your lawn care game. Sign up now with the link we've provided in the show description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.